Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today we're going to talk about what's coming into movie theaters in January 2019. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos daily. You can also find me over Twitter at Movie Guy 365. So we're coming into a new year, a new month for the cinemas. So what have we got going on in January 2019? Well, historically, January is kind of a dead month. Studios take a break. We've had an amazing December. I've seen a lot of films in this month, and all were great. And they brought their A game. But when you look at what's coming down the pike in January, it's definitely going to be a slowdown. There's maybe one or two in there that are something I'm personally looking forward to, but overall it's kind of a break, and it's kind of just a time to maybe, see the smaller films, something that might not get a lot of attention. As far as box office goes, I'll give you my general thoughts about that once we go through the January list, but I feel it's going to be a more or less slow month coming up. And of course things start to ramp up again a little bit more in February, and then of course March, kind of all hell starts breaking loose for the rest of the year. So yeah, we're gonna go and discuss what's coming out in January here. So starting out, pretty much we have Escape Room. I think you've seen the trailers for that. It's a kind of reminds me a little bit of The Game. It's something along those lines for the current generation. I don't know. It's something that it's early enough in the month that I'm afraid that it's going to get swallowed up a little bit by current favorites like Aquaman or Bumblebee or Mary Poppins. I don't know. My thoughts are it could bring in a little bit, but I'm not hearing much buzz around it. So I'm not holding out on a whole lot of hope for that one to generate any kind of real domestic box office. But it looks like something I'm probably going to go see anyway. But let's see, what else we got here? The Upside. That's with Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston. That looks interesting. That's coming out on the 11th. And I've seen a number of previews for that. That looks like something, it's going to be a little bit of comedy, but I think it's going to have some hidden heart into it. Based off the subject matter. Kevin is playing a guy who's down on his luck looking for a job, and he stumbles into a position helping somebody played by Bryan Cranston who's completely disabled and in a wheelchair. While I think the trailers are promoting it a little bit more of a comedy, I think it's going to have some good drama aspects. That could be something I would say would be the surprise of the month. I think we're going to get a little bit more. I would love to see a little bit more from Kevin Hart outside of comedy. I think he can do it. I think we can get something that is almost feel-good-ish from him. I'm excited for this one. I think this one looks like it'll be interesting. It looks like it'll be fun, but it's also going to have a good heart to it. So I'm hoping for The Upside. Excuse me. And then of course, the next movie that comes out the same weekend is Replicas. This movie is confusing me by its advertising. It stars Keanu Reeves, and we get, a little bit of a mixed message between the two trailers. Now, the initial trailer was that he's a scientist, and he's working, I believe, in genetics or human, cloning. His family is killed, so he brings them back via clone, as clones. But the second trailer kind of omits everything about it and focuses on robots. So I don't know. It's really weird. I still don't. To be honest, I don't know what the movie's going to be about. I like that aspect, but the two trailers that they showed are almost completely different movies. So I don't know. I think maybe there was a change in marketing midway through. Maybe the finished product became a little bit different. But that's something that, even though Keanu Reeves is attached to it, it doesn't automatically make it something I would run to go see. But, for purposes of, of course, the channel and everything, I will go see it. But I think this is probably my most confusing as to what I'm actually seeing. So I guess we'll figure that out along the way. And then of course we have, for us dog lovers out there, the same day comes out A Dog's Way Home. That looks interesting. That looks like it could be a feel-good movie. I know a couple, like A Dog's Purpose. I believe that was the one that came under fire for the animal rights activists. So this one, I don't know what it's gonna ultimately be at the box office, but I think if it's going against the Upside and Replicas, I don't think it's gonna have much of a chance there. So that might be something we catch, digitally or on disc down the line. But I would like to see that, because I do have a dog, and it looks interesting from the previews. Next up is the big one. This is the big one for January, and on my personal must-see list of 2019, it's right near the top. That is M. Night Shyamalan's Glass. I'm anxious to see this. Huge fan of early M. Night Shyamalan work. Of course, The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, I feel is, while it does definitely has its following or even a cult following, I think it got wrongfully compared to The Sixth Sense. Like they had to throw in some kind of twist at the end, that kind of thing. And he was kind of starting to, really find his way in this movie. And of course, Split, he comes back, and it was one of my favorite movies of that year, 2017, and I still get goosebumps when I think about the ending to that movie. I really do. So, needless to say, I'm super excited for Glass. Filmed right outside of my hometown, or not hometown, but where I live in Philadelphia, and I can't wait for it. I'm going to be making a big deal about this one on the channel, so bear with me on that. But I'm excited for Glass. I think we're going to have something great. I think this is definitely going to be the big movie of January. I don't see anything really beating it. So I guess we'll go see. Let's see what next. We do have Serenity. This one's another one. I think the trailer didn't do it much favors. It didn't get me really interested in the movie. I would go just for the stars attached. With Matthew McConaughey, and Serenity. I don't know. This one's another one. I think it's probably better if I don't know any more before going in, because, as I said, the trailer didn't sell me really. But I will go in because January is in itself a kind of a slow month, so it'd be nice to see something a little bit different, a little outside my wheelhouse. I think if it's going up against Glass, I don't think it goes up directly. No, it comes out the next week. It comes out the 25th. I think Glass will still probably end up beating it. But, you never know. And also that weekend is The Kid Who Would Be King, which is now my most requested, please stop showing this trailer in every single movie that I've been going to in the last month movie. This is definitely geared towards younger audiences. I've seen the trailer so many times, I'm kind of done with it. I don't think I'm going to be going to see it unless it gets some amazing buzz behind it. No, it's just not really for me. But if you are a parent or if you enjoy these type of movies, yeah, it's coming out the 25th. But going up against Serenity, I think both of those are going to lose out to Glass for the second week. And then we're getting near the end here. A couple of smaller films, it looks like. King of Thieves, A Wild Pear Tree, Arctic. All look like smaller films. I don't know how much wide release those are going to get. But yeah, January is pretty much done with those films. So overall, what I see happening is I think Aquaman's going to hold on to its lead well into well into January. I think it's probably got at least the next 2 weeks, I would say 3, locked up. I'd say they might even take it up against Glass. I think Glass will definitely hit in that range. I see that probably 60 to 80 as far as totals go. That will probably be our new number one for the new year. Will be Glass, and that's January 18th. I think that'll hold on for a few weeks, and that takes us into February, where we have another list of movies to go through. But I'll put a video up towards the end of January where we talk about those. But yeah, January, it's definitely not a lot out there. It's really kind of the off season for Hollywood. I know technically we have the awards, that kind of thing, so you might see a few old 2018 movies make their way briefly back into theaters. I can imagine A Star Is Born is going to probably get a little uptick with the Oscar season. Golden Globes are the first week of January, so there's a lot going on. So leave in the comments below, what do you think you're going to go see in January? Yeah, go ahead and leave a comment. So please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.